too loud. Me, whatever, But I'm from the South and we loud. Hi there, good morning. How you doing today? I'm from Alabama. That's the way people talk. How are you doing? People say in the North, people are more conservative. Good morning. How are you? Or don't say anything at all. But in the South, everybody go, hi, hey. And although I've been here for many years, I'm still that way. Somebody said, "Oh, you should go back down south because you have a down south attitude about things." I didn't really realize I'm just me. I can't be you. I can only be me. So today I do write a lot of uh, stories or poems that I have that I like to write, and I would like to share them with you at a future date. But today, I would just like to read a little small poem by somebody. Her name is Louise Hay. And I was very inspired about something that I read about her. She died about 3 years ago. But she's an icon in the self help movement. Her fundamental message is the importance of loving yourself, has transformed the lives of many people. I've gone on many cruise ships, and when they had entertainment night, I would get up there and I would recite this poem to people or singing the song of it. Or in shows on chartered bus rides, I would cite this song just to give the message. I like to give people a message that I think that are empowering, or like a special motivator, or like you go to church on Sunday, the preacher's preaching, and you feel inspired. You feel like you're glad that you went to church because you learned something, by you felt something by you was a new lesson was given to you, something to think about. Well, she was this kind of person, special. I mean, people like her come along once in a lifetime, but she died. But the poem, I was doing a show. I was in the show. I'm on this cruise ship, and this lady got up on the stage and crawled on her knees, and she said, "Miss, please give me that poem, so I could tell it to my husband. I love it." Something. And now the auditorium was full of thousands of people in the audience, and I looked down. This lady was crawling on her knees to me to tell her to give her the copy of the poem. You know, and I wish the lady herself could have been there to see this, but she wasn't. So I felt like I was representing her. You know, I felt her love for people, and I wanted to share it with people. Now she used to say, "I love you. I love you just the way you are. There's nothing you need to change. You will always be the perfect you. There's nothing to rearrange because you're beautiful and capable of being the best you can. And I love you just the way you are. I'm telling you. I love you just the way you are." And that's it. It's short, brief, but it's to the point. Now, a lot of people want you to be something that they can mold you into being so that they can feel that they love you. But people can't do that because you're an individual and you're like nobody else. You're like nobody else. You're like yourself. And so they want you to love yourself, embrace yourself, put your arms around yourself, and love yourself. And when you do that, it shows from the inside out, and people will love you too. Sometimes people could have a friend, and the friend doesn't like somebody. They don't like somebody, so they say, "Oh, I don't like them because I think they're this and they're that." And so, if you're my friend, I don't want you to like them either. And you might not feel that way, but you don't want to hurt your friend, your old friend. So you go along with them, and the person said, "Hello, Mary. Hello, Mary." You just turn your head on up and go on because that's what your old friend told you to do, but that's not you. And you shouldn't let people dictate to you how you should act towards other people because you have feelings too. You want to be able to live with yourself and you want to be happy. You don't want to, why should you go around hating people? Hate never got nobody nowhere. Hate. How can somebody just hate somebody? I don't know. I don't hate anybody. I mean, there have been people that have done many mean things to me. I mean, many, but I don't hate them. And all they got to do is ask for forgiveness, and I will forgive them. And if they came to me and they gave me a problem that they had, and I would help them, whether they asked for it or not, and I saw their need, I would help them because that's just the kind of person that I am. I don't know if you ever heard of it before, but somebody said it's in the Bible. I don't know if it's in the Bible or not, but somebody said the more you give and you give freely, it comes back to you tenfold. And I'm a witness to that. I'm a witness to that. You know, and when you give out evilness and evilness and evilness, that come back to you too. So don't be so quick to put punishment and evilness spells on people and do all kind of things to try to harm a person's life. Because eventually, when things start coming back, it might not come back on you. It might come back on your children. You say, where did all this come from? Well, you have to go down in history. You have to go back in your past because there it is. It is not going nowhere. It's coming right back like a boomerang. And so I just want to say, try to love yourself. Try to do things in life that you want to do that makes you happy without harming anybody else. Because as long as you're doing things that make you happy, that's the most important thing. You can love somebody. They don't have to be pretty, but the world thinks it's pretty. They got a label on pretty. They don't have to be ugly. The world thinks that they're ugly because you never know the beauty of a person until you hear them speak. Because the beauty comes from inside a person, inside. You never know a person until you hear them speaking. When you say, "Oh, that person's so ugly, they're hideous," as the person starts to speak, you got to step back and say, "What? How beautiful that person is! My God, I ought to be ashamed of myself for thinking that that person didn't have any beauty in them because of, they look a certain way. Because our society tells you what beauty is to them. You know what I mean? You got to have a certain lip, you got to have a certain nose, certain eyes, certain hair. You got to have a certain height, certain weight. That's what society tell you, but that's not happiness. That's not beauty. Beauty. When I'm looking at the English stations, channel 13, 14, 15, one of those stations. They don't try to look young like the American stations where they're 50, 60, 70 years old and they're trying to look 20. They're trying to look the same age as their children because they got things out here to make you the facelift, Botox, all kind of things. But just to grow old gracefully, there's nothing wrong with that because the love of the person, the beauty of a person is inside. It has nothing to do with the outside. It doesn't matter whether you have a designer dress on or designer pants or Salvation Army or homemade or whatever. You put on, you do the best you can with what you got. Don't live above your means and just be yourself, and just be there to love your family and to love your neighbors and just try to do what you feel that you could do to improve yourself and your neighborhood and the people that you live around. Just try to be that kind of person. I don't know too much to say except that well, I guess I'm gonna hopefully see you another day. So what I want to do, what I want to do is tell everybody to put your arms around yourself, hug yourself, and say, "I love you. I love you." There's nothing you need to change. You'll always be the perfect you. There's nothing to rearrange. 'Cause I love you just the way you are, my. I love you just the way you are. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me come into your life today. Thank you for visiting me. And I hope to see you again pretty soon. Bye. Bye. Bye.